Hey there, welcome to the channel. Today I'm just doing a really quick video talking about vitamin C on the carnivore diet and just some thoughts that I've had just in the last couple of days about something that I've not heard anyone speaking about. So if you've not visited my channel before, my name is Sue. I've been eating a carnivore diet now for about 2 years and 9 months, since May 2022, so it'll be 3 years in May this year. Now, if you've not watched any of my videos, I've got loads of videos talking about all my gut health issues and how my weight loss has been really slow. In my most recent video, I was doing an update on my weight loss efforts of late, and I was talking about how I've been doing strict BBBE since the beginning of January, just to see how my body went with it. And I'm also focusing on ketosis to try and lose some weight. Now, in that video, I talked about how once again, this has happened before, when I knock all of the plants out of my diet. So I don't eat very much plant material generally, but I do have some fermented vegetables. Of late, that has been kimchi. Occasionally I'll do some berries, and I do some herbs and spices and bits and pieces, not a lot, but little bits. So the kimchi and stuff is just enough to keep keeps a little bit of fiber in my diet, and it keeps a little bit of vitamin C. Now, this is something that I realized with these latest problems that I've had. In the last video, I spoke about how prior times when I've tried to do the lion diet, the same thing has just happened while I was doing BBBE. I seem to be fine for a couple of days. 2 or 3 days is fine, and then I start getting diarrhea. Now, when it happened again this time, I wasn't sure whether it was because I'd started taking berberine again. I decided to take that because it can help to lower blood glucose. So I stopped the berberine after probably about a week or so, but the diarrhea didn't go away. And in fact, things got worse. The diarrhea got worse. I started getting real histamine issues, with itchy skin and itchy eyes and depression and all of these things that I've experienced in the past. If you want to go and check that video out, you can have a look at that and see what I was saying. But anyway, so because I was having all these histamine issues, I started listening to videos again about histamine because this has been a real problem for me throughout my carnivore journey, off and on. And the conclusion that I came to was that because I was oxalate dumping again, I was obviously oxalate dumping, that increases my histamine levels, and I ended up taking vitamin C, and I've started eating kimchi again to help to lower that, and it worked really quickly. So the vitamin C was obviously a thing. Now, on that last video, there's been quite a lot of comments, and somebody made a comment under that video which really set off a light bulb for me. They said, "Interesting info. I've been taking vitamin C for a long time, simply to boost my immune system, as we have small grandkids. I do know that the receptors for glucose are the same as vitamin C, which is the argument with carnivore, due to less or no competition. We require less vitamin C volume. The proof being carnivores don't get scurvy. Obviously, if you have ailments to fix, high-dose vitamin C is a relatively harmless option." Now, I know that, those of us on carnivore, a lot of people kind of expect you to get scurvy because obviously they believe that we're not getting enough vitamin C. And in fact, my dad asked me that question not long after I started on this way of eating. Was how are you not going to get scurvy? And so I had to find the answer and give that to him. Now, the answer is that the vitamin C and glucose compete for the same receptors on the cells. And so when we lower our carbohydrates and therefore the glucose in our blood, we need less vitamin C. And there is vitamin C in meat, so obviously that's enough. There are long-term carnivores out there who have been doing carnivore for many, many years, and they don't have scurvy, and they are in actual fact pretty damn healthy. So we don't need as much. But those of us who are having issues with histamine, I'm wondering whether there's something else going on. And what I thought the other day was, if we are not fat adapted, because I've been learning more about ketones and how everything works, if we're not fat adapted and our cells aren't good at using ketones, then our body makes more glucose via gluconeogenesis. See, a lot of people, and I was the same, I thought that, if we just ate too much protein, our bodies made glucose out of it because there was too much, even though there's a lot of carnivores out there eating a lot of protein who are obviously in ketosis. Or in ketosis fairly regularly. Stumbling over those words. But yeah, obviously that's not the same for everybody. I thought, well, maybe it's just my genetics, maybe it's just bad luck. But learning more about ketosis and how this all works, I've realised that it's very likely when our cells aren't adapted to using ketones, our body is going to use gluconeogenesis to make glucose, and then we have more glucose floating around in our bloodstream. And if we have more glucose floating around in our bloodstream, we are probably going to need more vitamin C. And that just, when that light bulb moment went off, that made total sense. Now, I've not heard anyone talking about this. Doesn't mean there aren't people talking about it, but I haven't heard anyone talking about it. And so I'm interested in the thoughts of other people, whether anyone is actually talking about this, because there's a lot of people out there who have histamine issues when they go onto a carnivore diet, that may have not had histamine issues or didn't realise they were like me prior, but then it just gets a whole lot worse. And so I'm wondering whether the vitamin C is a big part of that, or lack of vitamin C because of our body's not being able to use ketones properly. So if you've got any thoughts, any information on that, I'd be really happy if you pop that below. Any comments, any questions, I'll get to those as soon as I can. I'd be really interested to know what any of the carnivore doctors think of this. So if anyone has access to them and wants to share this with them, and perhaps they could do some videos talking about this, whether this is a thing, whether anyone knows that it's a thing, whether it's likely to be a thing, that would be great. So so that's my video, just a really quick video today, just talking about that idea. And so yeah, that's it. So if you like this video, make sure to subscribe, just share, like and share with anyone who you think might be interested, including those carnivore doctors if you have access to them. I thank you very much for watching, and I will talk to you again another day. Goodbye for now.